I remember being worried because I saw there was that last trailer they put out where they revealed Doomsday was in the movie. And I went, they just gave away their twist in the trailer? Usually not a good sign.
No.
Let me tell you something right now. If you watch a movie trailer and they give you the entire plot in the trailer, the movie is probably not going to be good. Most likely.
Yeah.
It's not.
If they can't cut up a good trailer with like 6 hours of footage they made.
And that second trailer, I remember it being bad. I remember seeing what he looked like, and I remember hoping, oh, well, you know, maybe when they put the movie out, they will have edited his appearance some or something like that.
Nah. It looked exactly the same.
It looked terrible. It looked terrible. And again, the story was awful. It didn't make any sense.
Well, we can prove that it's objectively bad right now.
Yeah.
I can give you a plot line off the top of my head that's better than the one they used. Okay, so Superman's around. Like the concept in Marvel, Iron Man rises to the top. It causes this gravitational pull for crazy shit to happen. So I can make an argument, well, Zod and all these other characters wouldn't be a real thing if it weren't for Superman being here. So let's ask him as an immigrant to this world, as an alien, could you please, sir, acknowledge our penchant to move off planet?
Yeah.
And if we need you, we'll get a hold of you. But in the meantime, you're making us a hotspot for apocalypse.
Yeah.
And you can even use that as a way to tease your future films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Batman, Bruce Wayne, the Elon Musk of that world, right, is the guy you hire if he doesn't comply to figure out a way to, you know, beat this person with technology. Right there is a way better movie. Immediately, that makes sense. Not, mind you, this idea that we can rush together a sequence of events that causes us to hate somebody. That's not how that works. It takes years of mistakes. One mistake of someone accidentally dying because he made a bad decision, you don't go, oh my God, and the whole world's afraid of him. And you have to have the top, you know, even if there's a 1%. No, you don't base things like that. Like they backed themselves in a narrative structure.
Yeah.
Just thinking about this from a purely writing context. They backed themselves in corners with all the time. They had to give speeches and monologues that didn't make any sense just so that they can explain why they're flirting with some of these ideas.
That's another thing is if you get one, you know, storyline dump.
Yeah.
Which is what
we got.
Bad monologues, bad writing. That's we talk about the hallmarks of good writing. That's one of the trademarks of bad writing is storyline dump. Transformers 2. If you want to see a perfect example of constant, maybe they would go action scene, transition to an action scene, monologue where they explain the story, back to the action, action, monologue, explain the story. That's not good storytelling. That's just not good storytelling. I'm sorry, yo. All this, it's all purely subjective. That's lazy. That's lazy. You can't tell me that's not lazy. That's just y'all couldn't put. You can't convince me there aren't writers right here in Hollywood, probably within a 15-mile radius of us right now, that couldn't have you sat them in a room and told them, I need you to come up with a clever way for us to use kryptonite against Superman. We have to use the kryptonite. Yeah. It's kind of the only option, right? There's other stuff they could have done, but the most obvious option is kryptonite. Yeah. So we're going to go with it. I need you to come up with a creative way for us to use it. Yeah.
Maybe you have to put it inside of a hydrogen bomb, blow it up, then go find the debris somewhere, and it's like little fragments because you have to get it radioactive or something. Yeah. There's so many simple little things you can do that, as I say all the time, a writer at a fake film school could write a better script.
Could have written a better script.
In 20 minutes. A better storyline, a better storyboard, a better and then just give it to someone that doesn't even know anything about the source material. Would still have something better.
Right. Or some young, hungry up-and-comer that wants to make their mark. That's another thing, like the revolving door of jobs in the NBA it's a revolving door of jobs in films as well. They just keep with the exact same.
Continuously
and there are
pushing out the
certain
same.
people who have earned that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tarantino and, of course, Scorsese and Nolan and, you know, all the incredible filmmakers that there are out there. But then we got Michael Bay's, too, who just keep getting $1 billion budget to make the same movie.
That's true. He's
And
made
again, some of the
one.
responsibility is on us as the consumers.
It's on us. It's also on, I think, unfortunately, I think it's also on the sort of desperation in the market, the disparity of things changing so quickly. They're like the only thing that can draw people into the, how should I say it? Into the theaters is let's send it to another country that doesn't speak English, who doesn't even know how terrible what we're making is.
Yeah.
Let's send it over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
And,
saved that Age of Extinction.
They have saved Transformers. They have saved Fast and the Furious franchise. They have saved a
China
couple
single-handedly made that Age of Extinction movie profitable because it was not here
at all.
It bombed here.
Yeah.
Which that's the reason why they shot in China.
Right.
To be able to
An
make sure
obvious
that they
marketing
had,
ploy.
yeah,
You know, and again, they could have found a legit storyline reason for that. That would have been fine. That would have been serviceable. And they didn't. Oh, we're in China now because the Decepticons came over here.
yeah.
So we're here now.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's
come
just,
on.
It's just terrible.
Come on.
It is truly terrible.
I was reading a article about why Dune is going to be so successful.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly because there is no aliens in it. And so you don't have to have this crazy story where everything in the universe happens on Earth.
Right.
Which is that thing that they have to tell you at the beginning of the movie.
Continuously.
Like, long time ago in a universe, that type of thing.
Galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. You have to do that to tell your audience this is a story.
We're moving. Yeah.
Don't please just know that the biggest piece of suspension of disbelief you're going to have is going to be accepting everyone looks like humans and they travel here and breathe like us and look like us and hey, they have ethnicities and they speak English too. It sounds a lot. It's very anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
As of in Dune, humans populate. It's like the SpaceX thing.
We spread out.
We go out and populate the universe, and we're the aliens out there conquering things. That is going to bring about a lot less of the silly shit that's difficult to get around. And I think that Transformers certainly suffered from that.
Yeah.
You had all these crazy conspiracy theories you needed to make Transformers work. That's why I don't think it's too crude to say it should have never been turned into live action. Because it's based on, I mean.
I know what you're about. Look, I know what you're about to say. The original source material wasn't that good.
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough for 17,000 films in a franchise like that.
Certainly. I do think that there are people, probably a few, out there who could make a dope Transformers live action movie.
Well, what was it? It was a slightly decent one that was what was it, Bumblebee? It was slightly decent. I'm just
No, I know what you're saying. I mean,
one that didn't.
And John Cena was in that one, so
I know.
How could it have been?
I felt like that was a little bit more woke.
Yeah.
I don't know how decent it was,
I'll give you that.
But the first Transformers was all right.
Yeah.
The first one was cool. But again, I think if somebody else would have made it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it. I don't want my position to be misrepresented. I'm not saying you're doing that. If I ran Warner Brothers and they just gave me $100 million as a producer to be like, okay, what's the best possible, most consistent thing I can do to make good movies?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go try to find the unicorn that can make a good Transformers movie. I'm going to go with other projects. And this is my problem with Warner Brothers. This is my problem with Disney to a large degree, is they have no imagination.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to make Star Wars work. Why do you have to?
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, guys.
What I would do if I was running Warner Brothers is I really would write a blank check for Denis Villeneuve or Nolan or one of those kinds of guys, Scorsese, and tell them make what you want to make.
Yeah.
Because you can't name me a good movie that has the fingerprints of corporate greed all over it. And you can see it all through everything Disney's done for, I don't want to say everything. They've made some good movies, but even the good ones they've made,
their hit miss ratio is kind of bad.
Yeah. They're like the remakes of the kids movies that they're doing, that they started doing. They just remake every Star Wars. They tried to Star Wars, the kids, Mulan and Lion King. They just tried
that,
and
that did not work
guys,
well at all.
Can you make a new movie?
Yeah.
Make a new movie. Marvel, even like Marvel, all new.
Yeah.
To the films, to the film scene, so to speak. Not new to comic book fans, of course. But a lot of it was they didn't just make a good Thor movie because they had to make a television episode for Infinity War.
Yeah.
To lead up to that, it wasn't about making a good movie right here.
Single story movie. They're not trying to go.
It's about I don't want to have to watch. There were 22
to get up to this point.
There were 22 of them.
Yeah.
None of them were 45 minutes long.
No. They fell out of love with Hollywood's done a disservice to itself by not having a relationship with writers anymore. Absolutely the worst thing that happened to Hollywood was its inability to have relationships with writers. I'm looking at a cover of Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange is one of the best novels in its genre that's ever been written. That's why the movie kind of worked. That's why Stanley Kubrick made The Shining. Jaws was based on a book and some semi-real events with a bull shark that swam up into Massachusetts. We've got completely away from that way of building things.
Yeah.
And we've and this idea that this niche community that writes, I hate to say this, but like if you're an animator for like a comic book, like the booklets like that one right over here, I have one. I love them, actually. But those aren't filmmakers. And those aren't script writers.
Yeah.
The lack of respect for a discipline that's not easy to do is the only industry that gets disrespected routinely in the arts is two things. It's filmmaking and acting. Those two things are taken for granted by everybody. And I got news for you. All the world's not a stage. Not everyone can act. And not everyone should be making movies. Not every book should be turned into a film. And the most interesting thing about film isn't Marvel. It's the whole concept of film is much... we've lost our imagination, and I blame a lot of that on the corporate greed that we've talked about. They know that people are gullible. They know that they're pulling on the heartstrings. They know it's nostalgic.
Name recognition.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Oh,
what do? They play the tune of Jurassic Park. We talked about how much we love that.
Come on. They should be ashamed of themselves.
And that's universal.
Yeah.
It's in the water.
On Jurassic Park. You know how good Jurassic Park is?
Oh, man.
And it's still good.
Yeah.
It still looks good.
You could still watch that.
That doesn't
happen.
The
same
when
amount.
we watch some of these Marvel movies in 10 years and see the CGI, you're going to go,
yeah.
Wait till they remake Jaws.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh,
no. Wait till they...
No.
Oh, it's going to happen.
If ever they
can't help themselves.
Now it's time.
All right, guys. So we're going to end it right there. Of course, if you like the content, you like what we're doing, go ahead and like, subscribe. Also hit that notification button right underneath this video. That's how you're going to be able to know exactly when each one of our content is going to be launching. Also, thank you all. We appreciate you all taking your time out to listen to us, watch us. Of course, welcome to the family, and we'll be with you all soon. Peace.